Hey, good morning. Good morning, Lisa.
Morning.
It's funny. Like, I feel like we don't really have to introduce ourselves in the beginning, not because, um, not because we're so amazing, but I always say, "Good morning, Lisa," right? And you're like, "Good morning, Chuck," and I feel like,
Good morning, Chuck Flynn, manager of the Irondequoit office,
"Good
Howard Hanna
morning."
Real Estate Services,
Oh,
WNY,
wow, that was
subsidiary of Hanna Holdings, $2 billion company.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, all right. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's you mentioned that, like that makes me think of like using the we in the for the pronouns when you're meeting with clients and you're saying, yeah, you know, we did this. You might be a newer agent and haven't sold as much real estate, but you can certainly say, you know, my office, my
Yeah.
partners in my office, we as a group have sold blah blah blah, and you can borrow from that authority. Absolutely.
Yes.
So
Well, and I think so today's a Hanna High Five show, right? And we have a few high five items we want to talk about, but when I think about, the Hanna High Five, it's recognizing good things in the company, good things that are happening here and there. One of the things that I do, Chuck, is talk about Hanna Luxury, and so I do
yeah.
that for Western New York. I've been the point person for a while on it, and so I've had some conversations with agents lately, agents who, they've never had a listing over 750 or a sale over 750, but now they're on that appointment. I know you're not laughing at me, Chuck, so I'm just going to keep talking that you're checking something out or making sure that we're
No,
live, which we probably are not.
well,
Uh,
I was just moving things around and my mouse rolled across the desk and something just changed.
so
So
in any
I'm
event, I'm just going to
looking.
keep talking.
You just keep going.
So this is kind of it goes along with what you just said. So if you are an agent with us and you've never had a listing or a sale over 750, but you are going on that listing appointment, you can learn all about Hanna Luxury. You can find out what we have to offer. As soon as you get that listing signed, the next step is you apply for the Hanna Luxury program, and
Okay.
your listing will get all the perks. So when you're at the listing appointment, you talk as if you're already in the program, because as soon as you get that listing, you can join the program and we'll get you started up. So that's one of the things that is part of my responsibility, is talking with agents, doing office training. We have something coming up in the South Towns where it's even the topic is improving your average sale price using Hanna Luxury. So there are different ways that you can utilize that program.
Yeah.
Even when you don't have a listing, because I say that in my Hamburg office, our average sale price is around 250. So we don't always have properties in the Hanna Luxury program, but those Hanna Luxury agents can always use those marketing tools. In my market, you can have a $600,000 house that's very luxurious. It just doesn't fall in the national parameters of Hanna Luxury and luxury portfolio.
You
But
know,
it's a cool
but
tool
but who
that
doesn't want to
we have.
feel like the
Oh,
Hannah Luxury program? It's about the way you're making your clients feel. Isn't that why we do it?
yes.
Right? Because they need to feel, right, a certain way. And guess what? Every client needs to feel that way.
Right.
And
Right.
so
So,
when
and it's a good reminder. So, for example, again, it's fresh in my mind from having this conversation yesterday. You, every one of our Hanna listings gets the 50 free just listed postcards, right?
right?
Great tool, Quantum Digital, really nice, easy, press one button, approve, and they get sent. Well, with Hanna Luxury, you still get your 50 free just listed postcards, but they're bigger. It's a jumbo postcard. It's a more upgraded marketing,
Mhm.
right? So
Yes.
Hanna Luxury takes what you're doing and gives it an upgrade.
Yeah.
You can upgrade your service at any time you want. You can upgrade your marketing at any time you want.
Yeah.
We have great marketing that's done. I love the Twilight Open marketing, and the fact that in the email that we all got about Twilight Open houses, click here for the Canva themed Twilight Open house, right? I love that little orangey, reddish,
Yeah.
Twilight coloring. So take your normal open house promotion, upgrade it to the Twilight colors, and now you've got upgraded marketing pieces.
I think you deserve a Hannah high five. High five. Right?
Um,
No, but
uh,
we've had some great events. We had a great event last week with the Derby, right?
yes.
At Hamburg. Was it Hamburg Brewery?
Hamburg Brewing,
All right,
great.
shout out to Hamburg Brewery if you get a chance to support our local breweries. if and they don't have just beer. I'm sure they have plenty of
No.
other beverages. Right.
Yeah, so they
Great local
so
place, great local hangout.
right, for a long time it was just beer and wine. They actually got a fuller liquor license and now they have mixed drinks and that's pretty
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure they have plenty of non-A and plenty of
Yes.
other options. I mean, it's,
Yes.
get out there
Craft
and
sodas.
be with your community, have fun.
Yes.
But we had a great event and
Oh my gosh. And
and
talk about planning it right. A photo finish, right?
oh my
Like
God,
made it
I know,
exciting.
I watched the race. That was awesome. I
Yes. So cool
oh my
event.
God.
We had two.
If
Yeah.
I'd had like a hunch riding on one of those, I don't know what I would have done. I would have been, a
I
couple
know.
years ago, I put 20, I haven't like a couple years ago, I bet $20 on Animal Kingdom and it was a 15 to 1, and Animal Kingdom. I didn't even, honestly, I was watching the race. I didn't even know when Animal Kingdom was crossed the line because there was all those horses and but sure enough, they go, and the winner was Animal, and I go, what? And I I was at Batavia Downs and I took my ticket and I got my money.
That's cool. That's
Still,
very
I'm still
cool.
riding the dope.
Congratulations.
I'm still riding the dopamine from 7 years
See?
ago. It's awesome.
Yes. So we did have a great event. We had over 200 people there. A great event with theme baskets, silent auction items. And then it was pretty cool too, because you could put your little tickets for you bet on a horse, right? So you put your ticket in the horse that you think is going to win. So and whichever horse wins, they take that bucket full of tickets and pull one winner out of it. So you kind of have to win twice. You have to bet on the right horse, and then you have to have the winning ticket pulled. So
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
So you
Um,
could win. So you could win and then lose.
exactly. Yes.
Or
Yes.
you could win and then win. You could double
Yeah.
win.
One person did.
One. Wow. That's awesome. And you know who else
So,
won? The Children's Free Care Fund won, right?
exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
that's
So
what it was all about. That's what we were there for.
yes. And in events like this, we don't have any final numbers. And frankly, even if we did, we wouldn't announce them yet because we would let the committee led by
Oh yeah.
Robin Suppa announce the final numbers and the final results. But great event, great
So
activity around the Children's Free Care Fund. In Buffalo, we have, well, I suppose you can't have or two signatures. We have two major events. We have the Derby
mhm,
party in May, and then we do a Bills watch party in the fall. So
yep.
once we get the Bills schedule, once we try to do it to one of the first or second away games, because obviously we can't host something when it's in town. And then we'll know exactly when that will be. But that is a great event as well. It's it's been growing in popularity and the location is awesome. And that's one of the things, like, we stress going to Hamburg Brewing because they've been a great vendor for us, right? We stress going to
Mhm.
Frankie Primo's, whether you're going in the city location, whether you're going in the Tonawanda location, because they've been a great supporter too. Like these organizations, they help us out when we're doing an event like this, you
Sure.
know?
Yeah. No. Absolutely. I heard that. So I did. Gosh, I don't think I went to a game last year. I went to a Bills game the year before, but I was talking and somebody said even on those home games that all the bars downtown it's a Sunday, it's a Sunday and a lot of them aren't really open at noon or something. But they're opening on those Bills days and shutting down the street and just having
Mhm.
watch parties, what,
Yeah.
so yeah, I
It's
think it's fun. It's a great
yes.
community. Um,
Yeah.
so wait, so the other thing, other than Hamburg Brewery, so one of the things that I think we really need to do is remember our sponsors and thank our sponsors. If you get a chance to write a little note like, hey, thank you so much for doing this. I mean, that will help us get that sponsorship next year.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if I'm a sponsor and other than it might be part of I might be doing it no matter what, because it's part of my mission as my business. But sometimes these sponsors, they need a little nudge. They need to know how much we appreciate them. And so if who are, other than Hamburg Brewery where it took place, who else were our big sponsors?
So I don't have that list in front of me, Chuck, and I wouldn't
Well,
want to
not
say names and
yeah, okay.
forget some, but I do know that the committee, both of our regions have a Children's Free Care Fund page
Hmm.
specific for the region, and they have been, I think, in the especially the 10 days leading up to the event,
Yeah.
posts about baskets that were donated. You know,
Oh
maybe
yeah.
it was an agent donating a basket, and they put a thank you to them. Businesses that were sponsors, businesses that donated, they got a big shout out for that. So great. And so go to the site and you'll see all of them, because again, I
Right.
can say the names of the ones that I know personally, and then I'm going to forget somebody and offend somebody, and I don't need any help in doing that.
Well, you could do, there's a lot of things you could do. You could add a few of them to your email signature, and then next month you could change them out to a few different ones. And you
Yeah.
could say, thanks for sponsoring our, part of our mission is this Children's Free Care Fund. And thank you for supporting us. The following sponsors, blah, blah, blah. And you could
Yes.
change that out. So yeah, so that was was that last Saturday?
The
No.
4th, May 4th. So we're 11 days away.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
coming up, we have another event coming up, and we're gonna have we'll talk about this again next week. But I did bring up the flyer so I can see the details. We've got a super fun event coming up in Rochester on June 13th, which is a Thursday, June 13th, and it is our Children's Free Care Fund Howard Hanna Golf Tournament. It's a scramble. It's super fun. And it's the registration's at 9 a.m., which just means the sign in, right? You have to register way before that. I mean, you should register right now. Yeah, you got a question?
I have a question, because we talk about these golf tournaments, right? They're
Yeah,
fundraisers. I'm not a golfer, and I'll
yeah,
bet some of the people watching are not golfers. So pretend I know nothing about the event, Chuck, which I
right.
don't, and tell me what this. I like how you're starting off. So tell me how a day goes in these
Yeah,
golf tournaments.
yeah, it's super fun. You show up. I like to show up about 5 minutes before tee off, but other people are better than me and they get there early. No, I will get there. I will get there early, but you need to be registered ahead of time because we need to know, like, they need, the planning committee has to know how many foursomes we have, and generally a lot of times it'll be what's called a shotgun start, where so you need to be there early so you can be out at your hole, because everybody's going to start at exactly the same time. And the benefit of that is everybody finishes at exactly the same
Oh,
time.
so you're not
So
all starting on the first
no, you're not starting
tee.
on the first tee.
Oh,
There's
whatever.
not staggered tee times. And then, and then the first, because there could be 30, 40 groups. And if that were the case, the first group that finished would be waiting for 3 hours for the last group to finish. So we do a shotgun start where everybody takes your carts, you drive out to your holes, and then there's some sort of a notice. They call it a shotgun because they used to boom, blow a big shotgun to let everybody go. But we're not shooting guns anymore. So sometimes they'll blow an air horn. Um, but it's super fun. We all go off at the same time, and then the format is a scramble, which is a great format. It's very forgiving. It means everybody tees off, and then you pick whoever's in the best spot, and everybody goes there, and then you all take a shot, and then whoever's in the next best spot, you all go there, and a lot of times, then you get on the green and you try to put it in the hole, and then like golf, it's the lowest score wins. So there's no handicaps or anything like that. Just get out there and have fun. And frankly, it's a scramble. Nobody cares, right? We're there for the Children's Free Care Fund. We're there to have fun. And I don't even know who won the tournament last year. So don't even think like it's like you're not going to get like a trophy or anything. Um, but after
Get
there's a
dinner
great, after
afterwards.
there's a delicious dinner. Like the dinner was fantastic last year. And then they there's a last dibs for baskets. We have baskets to raise more money. And last year I won a basket, and I won a basket that was an overnight at a bed and breakfast in the I forget which, down near Ithaca somewhere. So there's great prizes, and it's just a lot of fun. It's $125 per golfer. Okay. Cause we have to cover, of course, the greens fees, the dinner, and then, money for the charity. So it's only 125, which is great. Honestly, for scrambles at golf tournaments right now, they're starting at 150 per golfer. The cost for scrambles it used to be 75 to 100 per golfer for scrambles. It's gone up in the last couple of years. Like like everything else. Um,
What
but
golf course is it at?
this is at Wildwood Golf Course, which is at 1201 Rush West Rush Road in Rush. Oh my God, New York. Say that. Rush West Rush Road, Rush, New York.
I guess it's easy to find. Just put in Rush.
It's super. Yeah, it's the only thing they got going in Rush. No, no, it's a cool place, and it's not too far off the thruway actually. So come from Buffalo, and I don't have a team yet. So if you want to be on my team, I'll sponsor a foursome. But what even be better is to go out to your business, your clients, and invite 3 clients to join you on a team. Think of it. You spent, you had like a solid day with those clients and help your business. I think it'd be great. So
That's pretty cool. I like that idea because you're not only you're doing something that's good for the Children's Free Care Fund.
yep.
You're going to have a nice day. Like that sounds like fun
Mhm.
what you described. And
Yep.
if you're with friends, like what other time do you spend a day together with friends, right? Like
Yeah.
in the middle of the week. That's awesome.
And
Right?
we
It's
have
a
two.
Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah, we have two golf, and you have 2 golf carts, right? You fit 2 person per cart, so you got 2 golf carts. The golf carts are set up usually with some storage in the back. So, like, I usually bring a spread. I like to have a nice charcuterie spread to last me throughout the round. I'm not there to try to post a low score. Of course, I wanna hit a nice golf shot, but I don't really give a crap. I just want to have fun. I swing. I swing like I'm gonna come out of my shoes. Right, try to hit the ball as far as I can, and try and be on the green in regulation. Have a chance at birdie. I think last year, I think we were like pretty close to even par, maybe 1 or 2 under par. I think the winning score was maybe 10 under or something. You had a group of some good golfers. I thought about doing that, calling some of my friends who are really low. Like a couple of my friends are scratch handicappers, and I don't know. Maybe I'll invite them, but
Only if they're fun.
well, that's the thing. It's amazing how well they can consume um, alcoholic beverages and still post even par. It's bananas. So they're better than I am.
That
The June 13th registration 9 a.m. So you need to be there to sign in. Ideally, you're there by 9 a.m. and everybody like we start at the exact same time at 10 o'clock. Last year we started on the hole that was, oh, I don't remember the name of the sponsor that did the hole, but we had shots at our first hole. Like not golf shots. I mean like shot. Ooh, ooh. Right at our first
shots of
hole.
orange juice, I assume.
No, it was not. It was, listen, it was the sponsor's idea. It wasn't my idea. We were there. They had a bucket of them and they go, "Want to do some shots?" And we said, I go, is the Pope Catholic? And and sure enough, so we got, it was great. It was a great way to start the day. Fun event. And yeah,
Was
I
your
think
shotgun?
first shotgun. We didn't do that. We didn't shotgun anything. Although if I bring my boys, that would definitely happen. So
All
it's out
So
there. So I think next week we're going to try to get a couple of the organizers on with us to talk about the event more and how we did last year. We could reference last year's event. We want to do more this year. We want to do better.
yeah,
So super great fun. The
good.
golf tournament again, Wildwood Golf Course in Rush, New York, June 13th. Registration starts at 9 a.m. Oh, and in the middle, so there's this, like last year we had a dunk tank at the middle, and you could pay $5 to have 3 chances to do a dunk, and different people sat in the tank. This year there's something. Oh, click here. I'm reading it now. Click here for your sneak peek preview of the human hamster wheel. So that's the special thing for the turn to take a ride in the human hamster wheel for great fun and prizes.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
The human hamster wheel. So that's what we're doing. That's kind of what's going on. Hanna high five. And even though we're all getting busier with business, I don't know. I mean, I think everybody's going on more appointments. We're all
Mhm.
going for the gold.
Yes.
And and as we get really busy, and this is a good way to decompress a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. It's, that's one of the perks of this business is you can take a day off in the middle of the week. We encourage you to
Oh,
take a
yeah.
day off in the middle of the week because we know you're working on the weekends. So
Yeah.
why not have your day off be fun, be for a good cause? And, and when you connect with your peers in a non-work environment, it comes back to you multiple ways because you've built those relationships, you've built that rapport. These are the people that you're doing deals with. These are the people who are getting the mortgages for your clients. I'm sure we're going to have a strong first priority presence there. Like
Oh
these are
yeah,
the
for sure.
people that you work with. And why not have a little fun together? Because most
Ah,
of
I
us
should
are
have.
fun,
I
right?
should have brought it. So I should have brought I forgot. I'll show it next week, and I'll ask Joel Bollinger from HSA to bring more of them. Because I got the sweetest little swag from at last year's golf, and it was the thing. It's this little teeny thing that slides over the little I don't even know what you call it. When you open a can of, soda,
Uh,
of course, when you open a can of pop, the little tab, this thing
mhm.
slides over the tab, and then you rotate it and it covers the opening. So
Yeah.
it keeps your pop colder. Or if you're like me and you like to have a pop while you mow the lawn on my riding lawnmower, it keeps the grass from growing down in my can. I
Yes.
saw this thing and I go, this is amazing. I love it. And so, and we just started mowing our lawn again, it's spring, and I found it and I did it and I go, thanks, Joel. Thanks,
And no
HSA.
bees are going to get in there. No flies are going to get in there.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
saw you had him show us that at HannaCon,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's the coolest thing. So
It,
yes, I need some of those, Chuck.
right. Right. So, yes. So there's that. So HSA have to bring those.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Super
Chuck,
great.
I want to make a point on something. Just
Go
again,
for it.
we're talking about Hannah high fives. We're talking about good things
Yes.
happening. On this our little show here, we haven't talked a lot about the settlement, lawsuits, changes in the industry because we know there's a million other people talking about that. But I do want to address the fact that I went to the NAR legislative meetings last week, which were really, really good. And just like HannahCon, what I liked about it was the positivity around the changes in our industry, right? Like you and I can't undo what's been done to us, right? But
Yeah.
you and I and everyone else can control how we respond to it. We can maybe I'm reading 10% Happier right now by Dan Harris. And, that kind of balance between reacting and responding. A lot of us reacted very
Sure.
strongly to the settlement, to what we thought was going to happen. But if we take some time to reflect and respond, we will probably have a different attitude. And I really want to thank the Hanna companies, the Hanna family personally, and all of our leadership, Matthew, Kathy, Lou, for leading us
Matt.
in a positive way, and saying, like, okay, this has happened. Now what are we going to do about it?
Yeah.
So I really think that being in those environments, one of the speakers at the NAR meeting said, you can't hang around with the doom and gloom people, right? Like, and I
No.
know I smile a lot and I laugh a lot, right? And whatever, but I want to be around people who are happy and positive and are going to find ways to move forward because you know
Mhm.
what, I plan to be in real estate next year, the year after, the year after. And so I don't want to think about everything ending and our business as we know it is changing. One of the speakers also remind us, and I was surprised that I needed a reminder, but do you remember 4 years ago when we sold houses without ever walking inside them?
I do remember.
Right? And didn't we think, "Oh my gosh, how are we
Mhm.
gonna do this?" We were just talking about it, like, I felt like our agents were cleaning people, not realtors, right? Like, you
Yeah.
showed a house, then after your people went outside and were securely in their car, you went back in and wiped down all the surfaces, right? Do
Yeah.
you remember telling your sellers, "Open all the closets, open all the cupboard doors because the buyers can't touch anything,"
Yeah.
right? And how great did a kitchen look with every cupboard open, right? Like, ugh.
Yeah.
So
That was certainly what I call a perspective reset, right? We all went through a major perspective reset.
right. And we're doing that
Mhm.
again now. And
Yep.
so,
And
if
I don't think this even rises to that level. I don't like, to me that was a bigger deal. And I heard this at Hanna. They go, listen, don't you remember we got through that? And
Yes.
not for nothing, we nailed it.
Right.
So this isn't even that. This is better. This isn't that. This is going to be easier. We've been through that. So we're ready to nail this one too. So don't,
Yeah. Don't get stuck in the mud. Don't
mhm.
get stuck in the mindset of the people who want to tell you your career is over. You have to work for free. No, no one has to work for free.
No,
When we volunteer, we don't call it working. If I
no,
volunteer and give my time, that's my personal choice. I'm not working for free, and none of you should work for free either.
right. Yeah. No, I just heard a thing on the morning, a reminder about, being that average of the 5 people closest to you. And they say, why is it? Why are you the average of the 5 people closest to you? Meaning the 5 people that you spend the most time with, that you're around the most, because actions are contagious. And so, like you just said, you got, don't center yourself in the doom and gloom crowd. You need to get into a more positive crowd, right?
Yeah.
You become that average of those 5 most closest people for sure. So I love it. Yeah, I'm so glad you went to that. You're such a better realtor than me. I
Stop it. No.
did
It was
not. So there was a lot of good realtors there, though. I went to a thing yesterday here in Rochester at the Hilton Garden Inn for the equal opportunity housing. I think it was the Black Caucus and our board and GRAR put on this event, and we had the Pathstones and the Housing Authority and the blah blah, like all the, like we were there and we were talking about how do we do better for our minority communities and incentivizing home ownership and making it more of a possible thing. And a lot of them were also at the Washington, and they were talking similar stories to what you're saying.
you get in that room of people who really want to make a difference.
Mhm.
Yes, we're there, the National Association of Realtors, and yes, we advocate for ourselves, right? We want the continuation of the Main Street tax credit, which is set to expire in 2025. So talk to your representatives about extending that. That benefits you personally, as independent contractors, as small business owners. But we're also advocating for home ownership for everyone. We do know that the American dream is harder than ever to achieve right now for everyone. And so we also fight for that. It's not just about, hey, what do us realtors need, right? It's about, what does everybody need? The fact that in some places they want to make independent contractors employees, right? Like that would be huge in our industry, but not just our industry. In fact, the one night I was believe it or not, Chuck, I talked to my Uber driver because I'm chatty, and I asked him, "What what do you think?"
They're usually chatty too. The Uber drivers are usually chatty folks.
They're
So
responsive. If you talk,
yes,
they talk. If you're
well, they're
quiet,
juicing that
they're
tip. They really want that experience. It's good reason. They're good.
yes.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
there was a push a while ago,
Yeah.
you may remember, where they wanted to
Oh,
make
right, right,
Uber
right, right,
drivers
right.
employees. So
Uh-huh.
I asked him about that. I'm like, "How do you feel about it? What would you prefer?
Yeah.
Whatever happened with that?" And he gave me a little insight. So independent contractor status is not just for realtors. There are a lot of
No.
industries out there that
Right.
they are independent contractors.
Right.
So when
Absolutely.
we fight for that, it's not just for real estate. It's for anyone who wants to be self-employed.
Okay. Yeah, I've been self-employed for years and years and years. I
Yep.
had a job, a job, long time
Mhm.
ago, but I do like being self-employed. All
Yes.
right. Well, this is fun. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Yes, I'm glad to be back live with you.
I know which I think we're going to post to Facebook as soon as it's done.
Yeah. No, we're streaming on there. We can see it.
Are we? I
Yes.
couldn't get it on mine.
Yeah, I know Gina's watching. Gina said good morning. So good
Oh,
morning, Gina.
jeez. All right. I've been thinking the whole time that we were gonna post this after. You know
No.
what? Listen, you make omelet, you break some eggs. I'm trying. We're trying. The Facebook made this really, really difficult.
But again, we can
But
we can
thank you,
respond.
Facebook.
You're
What?
you're we're learning. Facebook has helped you to increase your skills around
Increasing,
podcasting shows. So we
increasing
thank them for
slowly.
giving us that opportunity.
Yes, yes. Who else? I want to hear. Think about. So we're gonna do another high five show about a month from now. So who's our? Think like post or send us a message. Send an email. Maybe I should put our emails, our phone numbers on. Let me see if I can find that banner right here. So send us an email of who is there someone we should feature for a Hanna High Five. We say, you know what, you're amazing. Let's do a high five. Psh, come on our show. and let's talk about it. Let's talk about the impact you made in your community, impact you made in your business, impact you made in your office. I mean, these are all great things.
Yes.
All great things. All right.
All right.
Um,
Thank you, Chuck Flynn, Arundequoit, New York, manager, leader.
thank you, Lisa Avery, super agent, super leader, manager, Hamburg.
Birthplace of the burger.
Such a great place. Yeah. All right. I will see you next week. All right.
All
Cheers,
right.
everybody.